Hello everybody. In this screencast we're going to look at how to use Google Maps, how to add Google Maps to your project, how to initialize Google Maps, and how to simply our end result will be plotting or showing a location or a marker at a specific location in Google Maps and zooming on Google Maps. So it's straightforward. We will see how we can do this. I'll go to the Google documentation for Google Maps, the Maps SDK for iOS, and you click on getting started. It will ask you to set up a project, and that's what we're going to do. So basically I went to the documentation, getting started. There is a pod that we have to add. So these are the two pods we have to add. Usually you have Google Maps is the SDK that you need. This pod you need just to display the map. Okay, but if you need to go find a location of a specific place, search for a restaurant that is around there, you would need the that other pod. But anyhow, it asks us to put both of them. I'll add both of them to my pod and then add them using pod install, very similar to what we have done before. Okay, the interesting part now is how to get a key. So basically, to use Google Maps, we need to get an application key. So you can click here and it gives you an application key, or you can go to console.cloud.google.com and create a new project. So you create here a new project. After you create a new project, it will ask you the name of the project, the location of the project, and so on. And then after that, you go to APIs and services and enable APIs and services at the top. And then you find the service that you want. So for example, you look for Google Maps, okay, and then you press enter, and it is going to show you the services that it has. And I'll look at maps.ios, and I already have enabled it for this project, but instead of this button you will see an enable button, and click on the enable button. It will enable that API. Okay, so basically if I look for Android, it's not enabled for Android. I just click on enable, it will enable it for Android. Okay, sounds good. So now after you enable it, it's not done. You need the API key. So to get the API key, we go back and you go to credentials. And most probably you will not have an API key, so you have to click on create credentials and you pick API key. Okay, and then it gives you an API key, and then don't click on restrict, just close. And basically now I have two keys, which I can delete and so on, but now I have these keys. So just pick one of your keys, copy it. Okay, we'll need it. All right, so basically assuming that we went through the process of creating the key and creating the new project and creating the key in it and enabling Google Maps in the project, then I go back here. I already have the key. Let's see what we're going to do with the key. So basically Google already tells you what to do. In the app delegate, we need to just initialize, very similar to what we did with Firebase. Okay, so we go back here. Here's the project. I already added in this project, I already added the pods that are required. You could look at the pods. Here it is. Bot file has the two pods that they asked us to add. And then if you look at the app delegate, we'll go here. Let's import Google Maps. Import Google Maps. And then basically I will just add the code that they requested, which is basically they're asking me to say GMS services.provide API key, which is basically for the Google Maps services. And this is what I did here. This is my API key. Now this only adds the API key to my project, right? So basically what I need to do is to add a Google Map to my view controller. So to do that is very straightforward. I'll go to the storyboard, and that's the storyboard here. Now I need to add a view. Okay, so I'll go here. I'll drag, drop, and add a view. Okay, so that's the view that I'm going to add. So I added a view into my view controller. Okay, here is the view. Okay, so basically let me add some constraints. I added the constraints. And now what I'm going to do is I can change its type from view, change it to the type of, it's called I need it to be a map view. Okay, so here it is, the GMS map view. So basically I just added the view just added. I need to change its type to GMS map view. So I added it. Okay, we're good. Here it is. Go back again. I could say GMS map view. Here it is. Okay. Now I just need a reference to it, so I'll do the same thing which we have been doing before. I'll just create an outlet. Okay, so basically we go here, automatic, and there is an outlet from here to here, and that goes to becomes my map view. Okay, so I just dragged my map view here. Probably I need to import also in here Google Maps. Okay, good. So I have already my Google Maps. Actually, if I run this, something should happen. So basically, let's run it. So basically, you could see this is the project that we actually want to build. It should zoom into Charlotte, and it should show a marker at that city location. But I don't do any of that now. I just have a bare bones Google Maps. Now, when you run it, you should check to see if it runs, because when it runs and if it shows a map, then this means that everything is wired correctly. This means your API key is correct, and you could see that it's showing a map, right? Very nice. So I have a map. Here it is. I would like this map to start off at Charlotte. Okay. Okay. So for it to start off at Charlotte, I need to find out where is Charlotte. So basically, I go to maps.google.com, for example, and find out where is Charlotte. So Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. Here we are. This is where Charlotte, North Carolina is. Let's zoom a little bit. So let's say I'm interested in, let's say, this location. Okay, so this is the lat long of Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll just copy that. Okay, so I can use it in my code. So I know that Charlotte, North Carolina exists here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to zoom the camera to go there. Okay, so I can do that. If you look at the documentation, this is how you set up a camera position. Okay, I'll do that, and then basically I'll tell the map view to move to that camera location. So I'll do this, but this is not Charlotte, so I'll just make it Charlotte now. So basically this is the lat. Here's the latitude for Charlotte, and then this is the longitude of Charlotte. Here it is. Let's make the zoom. The zoom can, I think, go up to like 16. Let's make it 12. Okay, so that's the camera, right? And I'll say self dot map view, which is missing an E here. Okay, but anyhow, dot camera equals camera. Basically, what's going to happen is that we are changing the camera to Charlotte, North Carolina. Here it is. Okay, and here we are. It did zoom into Charlotte, North Carolina. If you increase the zoom a little bit, let's make it say 14. You'll see it will zoom on the city level. Go here, run it again, and you can see that it will show. Here it is. It did zoom at the city level. Excellent. We can make it zoom a little bit more or less, whatever you would like to do. And then now I'd like to show a marker. Here is the marker. This is how you can show a marker. Okay, I'll copy that. Okay, so basically it looks like this. The marker, you create a marker. Okay, and then the marker needs a lat long also where you want the marker to be placed. So basically I'll go and place the marker here at the location of Charlotte. Okay, here it is, the marker. And then the title, I'll say Charlotte, and I'll say North Carolina. Okay, and then I'll say the marker self dot set the map view of the marker to be that. Okay, run it, and you'll see that the camera will zoom, and then you will have a marker at that location. And when you click on the marker, it will show the information, the title, and the snippet that we added. So when I click here, you could see Charlotte, North Carolina as so here we go. We have a very quick and easy project we added. Basically, if you look at the documentation also describes how you can handle clicking on this Google icon, and there are URLs that you need to set up. But you could see that I can have quickly have a Google map added to my project using the steps that we just discussed. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.